Joining us live now along the river, and the sun's starting to set now, but the water's still high, right, Zach?
That's right. Yeah, the water is not going down. The sun just did. Water's still where it's been for the past hour or so. May actually be coming up just a little bit. And this is typically an area where people would walk back and forth and enjoy the sunset. But Riverside Drive is underwater right now, not just a little bit. We're talking about several feet underwater. Right now, the river level is at about 18 feet, and that puts this under about 3 to 4 feet of water in some cases. Let me show you what we've got on our river level here. And again, 18.1 feet is about 18.03. It's going to be very, very close to the level back in 2010. So it is a significant flooding event here, the highest it's been in a decade. And really, you got to go back almost 24 years to get a significantly higher flooding event than today, back to 1996. All right, thankfully things have settled down. Our current temperature outside is 60 degrees, a very light northeast wind. And we have just a few clouds around. Looking at other temperatures here across Virginia, they're a mix of 50s and 60s, and it will be a cool night tonight. Let's check out your weather headlines for tonight. Tomorrow, cool sunshine. Should be a great day, but we'll have some showers around the area coming up on Sunday. And Iota has formed down in the Caribbean. We've been tracking this system for a while. It has formed now. It looks like it will become a hurricane, make landfall in Central America. And we're going to have a cold snap coming up this upcoming week, and that could lead to our first official freeze of the season here in the Richmond area. All right, let's check out the view right now through our Sky Tracker camera out at RIC, and a pretty shot there. And now let's check what we've got as far as the satellite and radar composite goes. And currently we have just a mix of clouds and clear skies here across the region. There's just not much going on. So let's shift our attention down south with Iota. And again, it is the latest in a long line of tropical systems this season. This one's going to move west and make landfall, looks like in Nicaragua. And again, remember, they just had one, a Category 4 that made landfall. Eta did just a couple weeks ago. All right, for more on your forecast, let's go inside to meteorologist Mike Stone. Mike.
Thanks a lot, Zach. Across our area tonight, we're going to drop down the upper 30s and low 40s across the metro, mid 40s near the coast, but far to the north and west, we'll have a few spots near freezing. And tomorrow, high temperatures will be in the upper 50s and low 60s. So just a smidge below normal in some areas. Our normal high this time of year is about 63. For tomorrow, we'll have clear skies in the morning, a few clouds mixing in during the day. We'll see a high temperature of 61 degrees and winds will be light and variable. On Sunday, a little system's going to come through, may give us a couple of showers during the course of the day. It's not going to rain the whole day with highs closer to 70. Low front comes through, knocks us down to 63 on Monday. A second front comes through, and there's that cool spell Zach was talking about. Highs in the 40s and 50s, overnight lows in the low 30s here. But we'll have some mid upper 20s north and west, but then we're back up to 65 next Friday, and most of next week is looking dry. Rob, Jules.
All right, Mike, thank you.
4 young men in Richmond are on a mission to shed a light on the positivity happening in their neighborhood. Straight ahead at 5, how this group of rappers is helping families in need of a Thanksgiving meal and how they hope to inspire others.
We've been talking about the effects of the James River cresting all day, but something you may not know is that the flooding also impacts our seafood. Right now, a portion of the river is closed for shellfish harvesting. Floodwaters can be contaminated with bacteria and viruses, so the shellfish that are being taken from the affected area are not currently suitable to be eaten. That includes oysters and clams, but not crabs or fish. The temporary emergency closure impacts a portion of the river closer to the Chesapeake Bay and will last until November 22nd.
A group of young men in Richmond is stepping up to help families in their communities. They're giving away turkeys to make sure everyone has a Thanksgiving meal. This is YNT, a rap group. Their name stands for Young Interned, made up of 4 teenagers from Mosby Court. They say too often people focus on the negative things that happen in their neighborhood, and they want to show the rest of the city the positive side of Mosby Court. So this coming Tuesday, they're hosting a turkey giveaway, and anyone in need is invited. They say you will notice their stand when you get there.
How about that?
I know, that's really
Doing
great.
something for the community.
Something really tangible and needed right now.
Yeah, and I like the name, Young and Turned.
Does that mean something that I don't know?
Like turned is like when you kind of raise it up a bar, raise it up a level. You know,
I
you
like
get turned
that.
up.
Turned up.
There you go. Turned
it up.
A Virginia student says he and his classmates aren't taught enough about Black history in schools, so he's taking matters into his own hands. Still ahead, how he and his friends are meeting outside of class to study the topic more closely and the role models they're learning from.
Plus, we continue to follow breaking news from the state capitol, where Governor Northam just announced new COVID-19 restrictions for Virginia. Our coverage continues at 5:30. How our state's data compares to other across the country and how that impacted Northam's decision.
Working for you. CBS 6 News at 5:30 starts now.
We continue to follow a developing story as our governor announced earlier today that he will be tightening restrictions here in the Commonwealth in an effort to curb the spread of the coronavirus. I'm Julie Bragg. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Rob Desir. The governor made that announcement as the percent positivity continues to rise here in Virginia. But this is a trend that's been seen across the country right now. Health officials say the U.S. is continuing to set records for coronavirus cases and hospitalizations are on the rise. Thursday, they say the country added, get this, more than 153,000 new infections, and 1 in every 378 Americans tested positive for the virus in the past week. The new measures here in Virginia, which include an expanded mask mandate and limited in-person gatherings to just 25 people, will go into effect at midnight on Sunday, November 16th. Now, coming up at 6 o'clock, we're going to take a closer look at some of the new restrictions and how they could impact businesses in our area. Meanwhile, another staff member has tested positive for coronavirus at the Richmond Registrar's office that will remain closed until Friday, November 20th. General Registrar Kirk Showalter says the decision was made out of an abundance of caution. We're told the General Registrar staff is working with the State Board of Elections on provisional ballot meetings that will allow the local election board to determine the final election results.
James River has reached dangerously high levels today. It is in the process of cresting right now.
And we have complete coverage for you tonight. We have our weather team standing by, including our chief meteorologist, Zach Daniel, who joins us now live from the James. And Zach, what can you tell us now?
Well, the river level has not changed a whole lot since we first came to you about an hour and a half ago. If anything, it might have actually come up just a little bit. You can see behind me here, what I'm standing on is actually Riverside Drive, and it's just getting into Riverside Drive. If I kept walking down the road, it would be up to my waist or maybe even higher in some cases. This is an area that will flood once this river gets to moderate flood stage, but you can still walk and even drive through it. When it gets to the level that it's at right now at 18 feet, you got no chance. Even a vehicle like Storm Rider that we're shooting from this evening can't get through something like this. And there's a lot of debris in the water. Unfortunately, as you see here, a lot of trash as well. The James acting as just a big drain. Let me show you what we've got. As far as the river level is concerned, we're 18.03 feet, so almost up to that 18.1 level. We'll crest here shortly, and then we'll drop off on the other side as the level begins to drop. Let me show you how this compares, at least, to past years. You go back to 2010, this is about the exact same level. So it's been a decade since we've seen anything comparable to this. And really, you got to go all the way back to 2000, or to 24 years ago, back in 1996, to get something significantly higher, a couple feet higher than this, when it was up in the 20s. So this is a pretty significant event. Fortunately, right now, things are a lot quieter. No rainfall anywhere in, not just in Virginia, but in the region as well. The region very quiet currently. Temperatures are a mix of 50s and 60s here across the Commonwealth. And it is going to be a cool night tonight. We'll have mostly clear skies, low temperature of 42 degrees, and tomorrow, a cool day, cool sunshine, we'll call it, with a high temperature of 61 under mostly sunny skies. We'll talk more about what to expect this weekend when we could see a little bit of rain. That's straight ahead.
Thank you, Zach. And of course, with those conditions out there on the James, officials say it is no time to be adventurous. Our Shannon Lilly spoke to Richmond's Swiftwater Rescue